Man, oh man, the Miami Dolphins are 2-0. Let's go, man. The Dolphins are 2-0. They go on the road against a divisional opponent in prime time and they get the job done. Was it pretty? Absolutely not. We're going to talk about all of it. But the Dolphins go to Foxborough. They get the job done. They defeat the New England Patriots 24-17. They are 2-0 on the season. A completely different game from last week. Last week, I felt like the offense was picking up the defense from their slacking. And this week, in the second half, the defense was picking up for the offensive slacking. Now, we will talk about the defense. They allowed 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. That game should not have been as close as it was. The Patriots' offense for 3 quarters looked awful, and the Dolphins were just on tack. They were really good through 3 quarters. The fourth quarter was not good, and man, back-to-back weeks. I cannot take this stress, man. Back-to-back weeks. Dolphin games go down to literally the last play. The last play on 4th and 13, Jalen Phillips gets the sack. And then the last play on 4th and 4, a pass to Mike Gesicki, who is short. And then he allows it to Cole Strange, and he's short by this much. Patriot fans want to go on Twitter, and they want to complain that he got the first down and stuff like that. Let me just ask you this. How many non-penalty calls were there in the game against the New England Patriots that should have been called penalties? And don't get me started with the unnecessary to Jalen Waddle. He absolutely hit him in the head. That absolutely was a penalty. I'm praying Jalen Waddle's okay. He is being evaluated for a concussion. He's probably not going to practice all week. And he's probably not going to play against the Denver Broncos now next week, which really sucks because I would love to see the Penguin out there on the field. But, man, Marte Mapu, dirty hit, absolutely rewarded 15-yard penalty for the Miami Dolphins. And I'm just happy that they were able to grind it out and get that win. And I said it on Twitter. There was a lot of Dolphin fans that are overconfident going into this game. But there was also a lot of media people who were picking against the Dolphins. And most of the people on Sunday Night Football, the pregame on Football Night in America, picked the Patriots. It was 5-4 in favor of the New England Patriots. And we went out there and we proved that that was wrong, man. Especially on defense. Defense had to redeem themselves. And we'll get to some stats in a little bit, but I thought the run defense was pretty solid tonight. Mac Jones, not that electric. He threw the ball 42 times, which you don't want to do with Mac Jones. He's just not that type of quarterback. But, man, I'm happy we got the job done. 24-17 doesn't sound pretty, but we got the W, and that's all that matters. We go to Foxborough. We beat the Patriots. Tua Tagovailoa is now 5-0 in his career against the New England Patriots and 5-0 against Bill Belichick. How you doing, Bill? Let's get into some stats here for the Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa, 21 for 30, 249 yards, a touchdown, and a bad interception, which he just forced to Tyreek Hill, and it was pretty similar last week to the interception to J.C. Jackson, this week to Christian Gonzalez on a third down play where, he just forced it, and it was not a good decision from Tua, but it happens. It happens once a game, and we got to live with it without quarterback. We just got to live with it because sometimes he's going to make those mistakes, and he did it again this week, but luckily it did not come back to bite Miami in the ass. Raheem Mostert, best offensive player in this game for the Dolphins, Raheem Mostert. Last week, the Dolphins barely ran the ball. Raheem had 10 carries. This week, 18 carries, 18 carries, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about, Mike McDaniel. Raheem Mostert had a great game today. Keep running the ball. You have to have a balance of running the ball and throwing the ball. And tonight, the Miami Dolphins threw the ball 30 times and they ran the ball 30 times, which I love. That is, keep doing it. Keep doing it. So Raheem Mostert was the best player on offense tonight. Jalen Waddle had 4 catches for 86 yards. Tyreek Hill, Belichick had a good game plan on him. He was limited to 5 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown right before half. River Craycraft, 2 catches for 34 yards. Savon Ahmed, 3 catches for 28 yards. And Braxton Berrios had 2 catches for 28 yards. And Durham Smythe had 3 catches for 23 yards. I can go over some defensive stats. Xavier Howard had an interception. Javon Holland had 6 tackles. Bradley Chubb, man. Forced fumble, 5 tackles. Man, he played well tonight. Got a sack as well. He got a sack. David Long got a sack. Christian Wilkins got a sack. Andrew Van Ginkel got a sack, which, man, I will talk about Gink later on, man. I got a lot to say about this Dolphins defense. For the Patriots, Mac Jones, he threw the ball 42 times. 31 of those passes were completed for 231 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Ramondre Stevenson had 15 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown. Mac Jones had 5 carries for 25 yards. Devontae Parker, 6 catches, 57 yards. Hunter Henry, 6 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown. Mike Gesicki, who, beautiful sight at the end, slamming his helmet on the Patriots sideline once they lose the game. Beautiful sight. 5 catches, 33 yards. Kendrick Bourne, 4 catches, 29 yards. Juju Smith, 5 catches, 28 yards. And Demario Douglas, 2 catches for 19 yards. Let's go over this game. The Dolphins won the toss, and they decided to defer to the second half. So the Patriots started out with the ball. And they go 8 plays for a punt. Mac Jones to Mike Gesicki for 5 yards. Mac Jones to Devontae Parker for 4 yards. Ramondre Stevenson up the middle for 6 yards and a first down. Ramondre Stevenson for 8 yards. Demario Douglas for 9 yards. And then Bradley Chubb makes a nice tackle to Ramondre Stevenson for a 2-yard loss. Second down, David Long comes right up the middle, gets a running head start, and gets the sack on Mac Jones for 9 yards. And then Mac Jones, a dump pass to Ramondre Stevenson, which went absolutely nowhere. The Dolphins, they start on their own 15-yard line. They go 13 plays. 81 yards, and they take up over 7 minutes of time possession. Third down and 3, Tua gets it to Braxton Berrios on a dump ball for 10 yards. Tua, next play to Jalen Waddle for 11 yards. Raheem Mostert for 3 yards. Raheem Mostert for 10 yards. Tua to Raheem Mostert for 6 yards. Tua, short pass to Tyreek Hill, which turned into a 15-yard pass. Tua to Savon Ahmed for 19 yards and another first down. Then first and goal, Raheem Mostert, 1 yard. Eric Ezukama, a loss of 1. And Tua, incomplete. A bad snap from Connor Williams. We are still having snapping issues with Connor Williams. And it's the main concern with the offensive line right now. But it's just not good. They need to get on the same page. Because the bad snap, Tua loses his footing. He throws it out of bounds. And they have to settle for a chip shot field goal, which Jason Sanders makes. And by the way, forgot to say, key inactives for this game for both teams. Miami was missing Teron Armstead once again, who I guess the Dolphins gave extra rest to because they like what they saw from Kendall Lamb last week. And Jalen Phillips, who tweaked his back Wednesday at practice, he did not play. So we were not with Teron Armstead, and we were not with Jalen Phillips. And then for the Patriots, they did not have their starting tackle, Trent Brown, who was on concussion protocol all week, and Jonathan Jones, who came up with an ankle injury on Thursday. And their top corner, who usually guards Tyreek Hill, he did not play tonight either. So we didn't have Armstead and Jalen Phillips. They didn't have Trent Brown and Jonathan Jones. So, but now we go Patriots, 8 plays, 46 yards. 2nd and 8, Mac Jones finds Kendrick Bourne for 5 yards. Mac Jones to Devontae Parker for 11 yards, 1st down. Eli Apple gets held for defensive holding. Eli Apple, he's already getting on my nerves. I know he's a veteran corner, and he's won championships before, and he's been on championship-winning teams. I like having a veteran experience with him, but man, after the first 2 weeks, I'm not impressed what I'm seeing. I'm not impressed with what I'm seeing. It's not good, and he's allowing cupcake coverage to mid receivers, and he's getting a lot of penalties. Now, one of the penalties that was called in the 4th quarter, just Mac Jones just sealed it out of bounds, and they still called it pass interference, which I thought was a bad call. But overall, Eli Apple was not good tonight, man. And Cam Smith, I see him standing on the sidelines during defensive possessions, and why won't they give the kid a chance? Just give him a chance and see what he does. He can't be as worse as Eli Apple is right now, but knowing this defense, I think they're going to stick with Eli Apple going into next week. So, 1st down, Mac Jones finds Hunter Henry for 9 yards. Ezekiel Elliott for 7 yards. Ezekiel Elliott for 2 yards. Incomplete to Kendrick Bourne. Then the last play of the quarter, 3rd and 8, Mac Jones lobs it to Demario Douglas, and Bradley Chubb comes running up from behind him, and he smacks that football out of the hands of Demario Douglas. It's recovered by Deshaun Elliott, and the Dolphins get a huge turnover thanks to Mr. Bradley Chubb, who earned some of his massive contract tonight. Jalen Phillips not playing was a huge loss for this Dolphins defense, but there's 2 players that needed to step up tonight. 3 players, Bradley Chubb, Emmanuel Ogbah, and Andrew Van Ginkel. 2 of those players stepped up tonight, so kudos to Bradley Chubb and Andrew Van Ginkel for the games that they played tonight. That turnover, the Miami Dolphins were able to capitalize. 11 plays, 73 yards in over 5 minutes on a touchdown drive. 3rd and 7, Tua gets a short pass to Tyreek Hill for 8 yards. Raheem Mostert up the middle for 3. Savon Ahmed on the left for 10 yards. Tua to Jalen Waddle for 15 yards. Penalty on illegal block for Isaiah Wynn. So 10-yard loss. Just beautiful design. 2nd and 19. Jalen Waddle does a quick screen, and he takes that from the 45-yard line all the way to New England 15-yard line. That's just a great play call from Mike McDaniel. I loved that play so much. Tua got the ball out like that, and it was just so brilliant. Now, Marcus Jones did end up getting hurt on that play, and it was pretty big because he was the backup for Jonathan Jones, and he was not able to go the rest of the game because of the way he landed on his left arm. So we were seeing a lot of Miles Bryant out there. 1st down, Raheem Mostert for 2 yards, and then 2nd and goal from the New England 8, Raheem Mostert for an 8-yard touchdown. The Miami Dolphins go up 10-0 over the New England Patriots. The Patriots, they go six plays for 10 yards, and they punt. Third down, Mac Jones incomplete, which was Van Ginkel getting pressure to Mac Jones, and it was just a bad challenge by Mike McDaniel because clearly Mac Jones's arm was going forward, and McDaniel ended up losing that challenge. Thought that was not a smart decision to make from a very smart man. So not great on the part of Mike McDaniel, but I digress. The Dolphins go 3 and out. The Patriots go 10 plays for 35 yards. Excuse me. They start at their own 34-yard line. Mike Gesicki for 9 yards. Ramondre Stevenson for 2 yards. Hunter Henry for 8 yards. Ramondre Stevenson helped to 1 yard thanks to Raekwon Davis. And then 3rd and 1, the Patriots do a QB sneak for a first down. Mac Jones finds Devontae Parker for another first down. You had offensive holding on the Patriots. 7 yards to Devontae Parker. Bradley Chubb goes off sides. Ezekiel Elliott, 1 yard loss, and then Mac Jones incomplete to Devontae Parker. And the Patriots kick a 49-yard field goal, and they're down 10-3. And this was the best drive of the game for the Miami Dolphins offense. 2-minute drill, up 10-3 at halftime. You have the opportunity to double dip, and they scored a touchdown right before halftime, man. First play, Tua Tagovailoa to Savon Ahmed for 5 yards. Tua goes right back to Savon Ahmed for 4 yards, and Raheem Mostert goes up the middle for a 6-yard gain and a first down. Tua slant to River Craycraft for 22 yards, and then he goes to Durham Smythe for 6. Second down, he goes to River Craycraft once again for 12 yards, and then this was an absolute beauty. Braxton Berrios, I think it was, I think it might have been Miles Bryant, or it might have been one of the safeties, but he was running inside, and he made a really nice move. He ran a great route, a beautiful ball from Tua Tagovailoa, and a great catch from Braxton Berrios at the 2-yard line. His foot was in, so the play clock ran, and the next play, Tua to Tyreek Hill, 2-yard touchdown. The best quarterback wide receiver duo in the NFL right now, Tua Tagovailoa to Tyreek Hill. And the Dolphins go up 17-3 at halftime in Foxborough, and the Boo Birds were out. But by the way, before I get to the second half for this game, the Dolphins allowed over 230 rushing yards last week to the Los Angeles Chargers. This week, 25 carries, 88 yards to the New England Patriots. That is big improvement. That is big improvement from the Dolphins' run defense. So shout out to all those big men. We go to the second half, and the Dolphins go 3 and out. The Dolphins' offensive line allows their first sack on the season to Matthew Judon, a loss of 5 yards on the sack from Judon to Tua Tagovailoa. The Patriots punt 5 plays, and they punt 3rd and 1, handed up to Ramondre Stevenson up the middle, and Javon Holland makes this great play. He runs through the offensive line and just bulldozes Ramondre Stevenson. And while this happens, Collinsworth, instead of crediting Javon Holland for just a great play and the great read, He talks about, oh, well, the offensive line, the starters didn't play. Some of the starting guards didn't play last week, and this is their first game to to play together. And that's like, dude, just give Javon Holland for the credit that he deserves. And that was a great play though. And then this was wild. Dolphins go 11 plays, 61 yards. Tua to Durham Smythe for 9 yards. Tua to Tyreek Hill for 9 yards. Eric Ezukama on an end around for 7. And on 3rd and 3, Tua finds Tyreek Hill for 6 yards. First down, Dolphins. This is really the game plan for the New England Patriots was to try to take away the deep ball from Tua Tagovailoa. You cannot get one-on-one with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill. So the Dolphins, they took their, they were patient. Mike McDaniel was patient. And you know what? Mike McDaniel had a counter for Bill Belichick's game plan. And I thought Mike McDaniel, besides that one challenge flag and, some of the second half, I thought Mike McDaniel coached a fine game today. So shout out to him. And the one time the Patriots were one-on-one with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, it was Miles Bryant one-on-one with Jalen Waddle, and Tua and Waddle connected on a 32-yard pass. So that was basically the biggest deep play of the day from Tua to either Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle was that play right there. And Bill Belichick took away our best player on offense, Tyreek Hill, our best weapon, Tyreek Hill. And I kind of figured Jalen Waddle was going to get some opportunities, and he got some opportunities, and he had a pretty good game. As I said, I'm hoping he's okay because we need him next week. Can't afford to lose Jalen Waddle, but that's just a dirty hit from Marte Mapu, one of the safeties for the Patriots. So 32 yards to Jalen Waddle. Devon Achane gets his first carry of the game for 5 yards. Austin Jackson gets called for holding, so it's 2nd and 15. Tua to Devon Achane for 4 yards, and then Tua incomplete. The Patriots send the house, and Tua drops back passes, and Kyle Duggar gets a deflection from the Tua Tagovailoa pass. And then this was, I've never seen this before. This is one of the wildest plays I've seen in a long time. Jason Sanders goes for a 49-yard field goal, which, by the way, Jason Sanders, awful tonight. Jason Sanders goes for a 49-yard field goal, and someone from the Patriots comes running over, and I thought he was coming from the sidelines. It felt like he was coming from the sidelines, and he kind of ran over, and his momentum got to the ball, and he blocked the field goal. Thank goodness for Christian Wilkins, because if he was not there, the Patriots were taking that to the house, and I don't even know where this game would be. So that was a game-saving play from Christian Wilkins right there, and he saved a potential tie going into overtime, or potentially the Patriots winning this game. So blocked field goal. That was the momentum the Patriots needed. But Christian Wilkins, that was a huge saving tackle from my man. So that was big. Then following the blocked field goal, the Patriots go 8 plays, 27 yards. We're in the fourth quarter at this point, basically. 3rd and 1 at the Miami 40. Mac Jones to Ramondre Stevenson for 7 yards. 2nd and 10, Mac Jones to Kendrick Bourne for 8 yards. And then Stevenson, 1 yard. Patriots challenge whether or not he got the first down. Bill Belichick lost that challenge. Mac Jones, QB sneak up the middle, so it basically didn't even matter. Waste the challenge for Belichick. Then this was a thing of beauty. Second, 1st and 10. Xavier Howard is covering Devontae Parker, and he positions himself to where he's in front of Devontae Parker, and he just goes up and he gets the interception from Mac Jones. Great play from Xavier Howard, and I'm really happy to see the vet is on the board with an interception so far this season. Then the Dolphins go 3 and out, and the Patriots follow that up. This is the start of the fourth quarter. The Patriots follow up 8 plays, 58 yards for a touchdown. They start at their own 42-yard line. Mac Jones to Hunter Henry for 13 yards. Next play, Mac Jones to Juju Smith for 12 yards, covered by Eli Apple. Mac Jones is sacked by Christian Wilkins for a 4-yard loss. 3rd and 15. This was a killer. Mac Jones, he got an 18-yard scramble for a first down, and Xavier Howard was called for defensive holding, so that added 5 yards. But that play, allowing a slow quarterback like Mac Jones to get a chunk play like that, was a killer for this defense. So now they start the Miami 12, and on 2nd and goal, Mac Jones scrambles out to the right. He's got defenders in his face, and he throws it to Hunter Henry for the touchdown. And the Dolphins are up 17-10. 3 plays, 15 yards. Raheem Mostert for 7 yards. Tua to Durham Smythe for 8 yards. And then Tua, he decides to take a deep shot to Tyreek Hill. And it was not a good play. Tua forced it where he didn't need to take a deep shot on first down when you have the lead. And it was intercepted by Christian Gonzalez. So just bad play by Tua. Forced the ball, and you can't be forcing the ball like that. And now that's the second week in a row that he's forced to pass like that, and it's been intercepted. So, but the defense, they bailed the offense out after the interception, and the Patriots go 3 and out. 2nd down, Mac Jones is sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel all the way back at the Patriots' 4-yard line, and an incompletion to Mike Gesicki. And if Mac Jones was a little bit more accurate on that pass, that would have been a first down because Mike Gesicki was wide open. Mac Jones just missed him. So they punt, and because of Andrew Van Ginkel's sack, Dolphins get good field position. They start at the Patriots' 43-yard line. And just like last week, when the Dolphins started at the Chargers' 35-yard line, 1 play, touchdown, Tua to Tyreek. This week, 1 play, touchdown, Raheem Mostert, 43 yards, touchdown. He was unbelievable tonight. The run game was great, and that is awesome that they balanced out the run game. 30 passes and 30 runs. Love it. Dolphins take the 24-10 lead. Then the Dolphins get comfortable, and they play soft coverage here. The Patriots go 9 plays, 75 yards. Mac Jones to Devontae Parker. PI on Eli Apple. This was Eli Apple. He was horrendous on this drive. 2nd down, Mac Jones to Devontae Parker, which the ball wasn't even close to him, but it was called pass interference from Eli Apple once again. That play, I don't blame him on. That was just a bad call, a bad throw from Mac Jones with pressure in his face, and they gave Eli Apple pass interference for the 2nd time in 3 plays. So that they're 46, Ramondre Stevenson for 3 yards. Incomplete deep to Kendrick Bourne. And on 3rd and 7, Mac Jones finds Devontae Parker for 14 yards for a first down. Who was covering him? Eli Apple. Trash. Mac Jones to Hunter Henry for 7 yards. Ramondre Stevenson up the middle for 12 yards. Ramondre Stevenson for 5 yards. Mac Jones to Juju Smith-Schuster for 11 yards. And Ramondre Stevenson right up the middle for a 2-yard touchdown. Dolphins are up 24-17. The Dolphins go 6 plays, 38 yards. Raheem Mostert, 5 yards. And then on 2nd and 30, Tua went deep to Jalen Waddle, and he had Matthew Judon on him. And Marte Mapu came up out of nowhere, and he hit Jalen Waddle on the back of the head, and he was called for unnecessary roughness, which was the right call because he came up and he hit Waddle on the back of the head, and Patriot fans were booing. They're morons. That was a 15-yard penalty, and that's when Waddle got hurt. We never saw him at the end of the game, and, you just hope he's okay going into next week because that was scary. Raheem Mostert, 11 yards first down. Raheem Mostert, 7 yards on 2nd down. And then on 3rd and 1. Basically, you're going to put the game away here. And Connor Williams and Tua are not on the same page. There was 2 or 3 instances tonight where Connor Williams and Tua were not on the same page. And on 3rd and 1, up a touchdown, you can basically put the game away. That cannot happen, man. That is so unacceptable. Luckily, it didn't cost us the game, but that play gave me a heart attack. That was stressful as fuck to watch. And now Jason Sanders has to make a 55-yard field goal. And his last 12 attempts from 50-plus, he's made 4, and he missed. So Jason Sanders is good from beneath 50 yards, but over 50 yards, he is hot trash. And Jason Sanders is not a clutch field goal kicker anymore. The Patriots, the last drive of the game, 6 plays, 25 yards. 2nd and 7, basically at midfield, Kendrick Bourne for 13 yards. Mac Jones is sacked by Bradley Chubb, so it's 2nd and 18. Mac Jones incomplete to Hunter Henry. Mac Jones to Mike Gesicki for 14 yards. It's now 4th and 4 at the Dolphins' 33-yard line, and this is game. No timeouts for the Patriots. There's about 50 seconds left. Mac Jones threw it to Mike Gesicki, who lost 1 yard, but Gesicki lateraled it to Cole Strange for 4 yards, tackled by Javon Holland and Andrew Van Ginkel. At first, it was ruled a first down for the Patriots. Replay booth reviewed it, and the play was reversed. Cole Strange was short by 1 yard. Patriot fans on Twitter were pissed. He was short, man. He was short. Go look at the replay. The ball was not across the first down marker. And because Cole Strange didn't have the ball across the first down marker, the Dolphins win this game 24-17. And they get out of Foxborough with a 2-0 record. And at the end of the day, that's what you wanted. That's what we wanted. And listen, we knew this game was going to be, we knew this game was going to be tough. We knew we were in for a dogfight against a team like the Patriots. And in the first half, things went our way. Up 17-3 at halftime, feeling really good about the second half, and then second half, it was a dogfight. We got too comfortable, I feel like, and the Patriots, it should not have came down to the last possession of the game because the defense was not good in the fourth quarter. Tua was forcing the ball, and my God, Tua and Connor Williams. Whatever is going on between them, they need to get the chemistry fixed because it didn't cost us last week. It didn't cost us this week. But at some point, it's going to cost the Miami Dolphins a crucial game down the road, late in the season. And we just cannot have that happen. But, man, the goal was accomplished. We defeated the Patriots in their house on prime time. And now Tua Tagovailoa is 5-0 against Bill Belichick. The Miami Dolphins are 2-0 going into their home opener next week at Hard Rock Stadium against the Denver Broncos, who that finish was crazy, dude. 35-27. Russell Wilson, Hail Mary pass, deflection, touchdown for the Broncos, and the 2-point conversion was no good. I thought it was pass interference on the Commanders. They didn't call it, and the Broncos ended up losing that game 35-33. But they had a 21-3 lead over the Commanders early in the second quarter, and they let it get by their hands. I don't know, man. It'll be a good challenge for the Miami Dolphins. The Denver Broncos are pretty good on defense. They got Javonte Williams, Jerry Jeudy, Courtland Sutton. We'll talk about it this week here on the Big Fight Field channel when we get a chance. But I'm getting out of here. The Dolphins win against the New England Patriots 24-17 on Sunday Night Football. And they're now 2-0 for the season. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you have not already, be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel. We have a whole fresh new week of content coming up. AEW Grand Slam is on Wednesday. It's a big show. More than likely, yes, I will be on here reviewing the show Wednesday night. So join me here for the wrestling fans. Join me Wednesday night. And then also, it might be a double upload on Wednesday with the picks. I will have picks for week 3, have a preview for the Broncos-Dolphins game, and then, of course, next Sunday, the first 1 o'clock game of the season, the first home game of the season for the Miami Dolphins. I will be on here talking about it after the game, the post-game recap video here on the Big Fight Field channel. Comment down below if you're a Dolphins or a Patriots fan. Let me know your thoughts about tonight's game in the comments down below. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me, and follow me on Twitter @Conlon_Joseph, and I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good night. Stay safe, and as always, fins up. Woo! That was so bad. My God, I am so sorry.